The Guelph Black Students Association was created in 1994 by Professor C.J. Munford, and it was just a club created to cater to the Black student population at Guelph, to give students a safe space to just come, connect, interact with one another, build community, build friendships, relationships, and just to make university life a lot more memorable and fun, honestly. So last year we decided to embark on this journey, creating this documentary to tell a little bit about the history of the GBSA, some of the past presidents, execs, some of the work that we've been able to accomplish over the years, and so that's why we're here today.
I think this is the opportunity to start something new. Hopefully future generations can also make their own mark and leave their own legacy for everybody else to see. So that's also another reason why we decided to do this documentary.
The GBSA room was just the ultimate safe space on campus for Black students where we could just be. Some of my favorite moments come from time spent there.
So I started sharing. I was like, yeah, actually, we're here because in our dorm room, like, this happened to us. And as soon as we said it, everyone in the room was like screaming, like, what? Like, and it was the first time me and my friends, we all talk about it to this day. It was the first time anyone ever, we felt like, took us seriously.
The main goal I had in mind was just building our numbers and building our followings. And very similar to, but not exactly like that, was community establishment. So you can get big numbers and get a big turnout, but you cannot, it's not the same as establishing community. And
for us wanting to build connections across campus with other departments, we would collaborate on different events and build a much stronger connection with health and wellness.
It started with this working with many groups to reach as many new members as possible, but continued with elevating our presence on social media.
How do you support GBSA in doing what it is that they want to do, but also in increasing their capacity to reach a little bit further, right?
So what was the environment like for Black students at the university when you first started on the GBSA?
In the beginning, when I first came to Guelph, there wasn't a lot of Black people that I would see and walking around on campus. Like, it was kind of like, I'm just here to, do my things and head home type thing. But after joining, attending the GBSA discussions and then eventually joining, seeing people's faces across campus walking, just saying hi alone, that just adds a lot to the day.
Well, I didn't do tons of research coming to Guelph, so I was definitely surprised at the lack of diversity on campus. Actually, during orientation week, you had put the stats up, and I think Guelph is 0.7% Black, which was definitely surprising, especially coming from a majority Black country. I'm from South Africa, but I think the flip side of that is that you do sort of have an automatic community here, which is definitely cool. Yeah.
I think it was this year was the first year kind of out of COVID, so it was the first year that majority of people were still back on campus, and that was when you saw a huge more influx of students compared to the last 2 years. So the last couple of years probably didn't see many Black people, but this year you even see people just walking in between classes and you'll say hi or whatever. So it's a bigger community for sure.
When I first came to Guelph, it was really just a big culture shock. The main general environment is just predominantly white, so when I come to GBSA events, it just feels so welcoming, and I really just feel like I have a sense of community with all the students on campus, all the Black students.
I found I was the only Black student in the class, which was not at all what I was used to. And, I found that the space they provided for me, at least, was very welcoming, very open. I've never felt judged or, uncomfortable being around them. And like Joel said, it's nice being able to walk around campus and having people see you or you see them, and then we're saying, hello, how are you, stuff like that.
What were some of your favorite events or GBSA moments during your time on the exec?
The formal that usually happens at the end of the school year.
The formal that we threw last year, that was the first one that I got to attend, and I think it was the first one we had since the pandemic.
It's just a nice, let me not say excuse, but really nice excuse to dress up and all come together and fancy and nice.
Seeing everybody come all dressed up, looking their very best. It was such a fun evening. Everybody was having so much fun. That was one of the best nights that I've had in my university career so far. It's definitely one I won't forget.
My favorite event was the Black Panther watch movie time. It was really fun. Like, the event itself was a little hard at the start for us as execs planning it, and a few things went wrong that we definitely could improve. Like, yeah, but the actual movie itself was so fun, and going with like a huge group of people, like we took up a big chunk of the theater, so just having like a huge group to watch and experience that movie with was really fun.
I wouldn't say any event particularly. I would say like the discussions, because I love learning about other people's experiences, especially Black students, because I'm able to relate. So it's just nice being in like the same room with people I relate to and just, you know, hearing similar things that I've experienced.
The discussions are very important, mainly because I think even though we're all Black people, we all have different experiences, and the discussions kind of allow us to come to some type of common ground. Even though, yes, it kind of turns into a therapy session like 9 times out of 10, but I still think that it allows us to have that space and those moments, because a lot of people don't have that elsewhere.
What were some goals that you first had in mind when you joined the GBSA exec?
My goal as co-president was to make sure that there were more events that more people gathered for. As Martha said, there is an increasing influx of international students. Wanted to make sure that they know that there is a place that they can gather.
Like, such a positive space, and that really excited me. And I just wanted to be as involved in that as I could.
My goal was just to get more involved with the GBSA as a whole, because I'm like, at least if I have an exec position, it gets more traction to me, and also I get to meet other exec members, as well as getting to know the general members better, and also like I can also be used as a guide regarding inquiries, regarding events or whatnot.
My main goal was that I wanted to create opportunities for Black students to really connect and build a community together.
For me, I definitely wanted to join something and be involved in something that I personally cared about and that I thought I would really enjoy as well, and it would be kind of like a closeness to it, especially being in Guelph.
So looking at the organization today, do you think some of the goals you had in mind have been met?
Oh, okay. I think now it's met, yes, but at the start with the CSA, there were a lot of issues that I didn't really tell you guys about either. Like, they weren't ratifying a lot of new members, so we genuinely couldn't vote on anything until November, October. So now it's good, but at the start of the semester, it was rough.
I certainly hope that we've managed to keep that going. Yeah.
I think we managed to keep a really good sense of community, and when people do come into our spaces, they definitely feel like really comfortable. I know I did.
I definitely think that my goals were, I made progress on them. Specifically, before in first year, it was a lot of fun and really hectic, but then COVID hit right at the end of first year. So it was kind of a big pause, and then coming back to school and kind of rebuilding that in a way and just trying to make that even better. So it definitely helped me a lot get through COVID and everything. And when you have something, when there's just things to look forward to and things to plan for and things to look forward to in life, it just becomes, a much better experience. And
I feel like my goals have been met this year because we had a lot of successful events, and I'm hoping that students can take positive experiences away from them.
To kick this off, we'll be starting with our first collection featuring Miss Mary Mack. So please give her a round of applause.
Satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. I'll get you out, 'cause I just don't know. Something in your eyes, the way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something
What are some of your hopes for the future of the GBSA?
For it to grow bigger and better, and for them to have more events, like even do it better than we did. Because that's the idea of, if we're handing the torch over to you, the mistakes we made, learn from them. The things we did right, improve on them. Membership was very impressive because I was seeing so many people, new faces at the discussions, and I'm like, okay, this is a start. So it's like, we're just hoping whoever takes over, grow the GBSA, make it bigger, give us more of a bigger space on the University of Guelph campus.
I would say a bigger GBSA room. Having discussions in there are so much fun because it's a nice, cozy room for everyone just to feel comfortable. But I would say that the Black student population has increased, probably almost doubled since a few years back. So we definitely need a bigger space for everybody to feel even more comfortable, you know.
For future execs, they should just be like passionate about it, because obviously you'd want people who are passionate about what they're doing, about their cause. You want them in positions, so just have people who actually care about what they're doing, and you know, hopefully they can get stuff done, because it really isn't easy. But I think if you're passionate about something, we can just find a way.
If we just continue to have positive vibes and everyone gets along, which we all do very well, continue to bring more opportunities for students on campus, and just advocate for ourselves and like really make sure that our voices are heard as a minority on campus.
Continue to fight for the Black students as much as possible, in as much as we would like to think that there are little to no incidents that could occur on campus. It does unfortunately happen from time to time. For future generations, please fight for the students as much as possible. They need to be heard, and not just send an email saying that you are being heard.
I just hope that the legacy of those who came before, those who are here now, can be passed down, you know, to those who will, because we're not gonna be here. We're gone. That the safe spaces that have been created, I just hope that it can be maintained, or better yet, that it could get better. That, you know, that students can feel more comfortable coming. And if they do have any issues, you know, speaking, because sometimes you can feel very isolated when you come into a new space, especially if you're an international student and you're trying to find your way. I hope that they make the space accessible to people of color, to Black students, that they allow them to feel like this is a place where you belong. You know what I mean? Not only a certain kind of Black person, but every kind. So that's what I hope.
Right. We hope you enjoy watching it.
Keep watching.